Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Oh, no. I forgot to turn the lid up. Broadcasting from the basement bunker beneath Kello Radio. This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage. Oh, and if that's an indication of how this is going to go, I want to stop right now. We're just going to stop it right now before I embarrass myself any further. Hey, it's great to have you along this morning. All right, we're going to start. And I may be a little bit rushed this morning. Got to go pick up my wife at the airport. She has been, believe it or not, I have been left alone by myself without any kind of supervision all of this week. And Katie gets home today. So I have got to head out to Sioux Falls Airport. She is, as we speak, on her way back to Sioux Falls. She was in Phoenix, now in Minneapolis, on her way to Sioux Falls. So if we call it a little bit short, but I do have some things I want to share with you today. And we're going to start with the President True Social account. You can see here he's thanking the Prime Minister of Italy, who visited the White House yesterday. But it's this that is most interesting. Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland looked like a fool yesterday standing in El Salvador begging for attention from the fake news media or anyone. Grandstanders, says President Trump. So while we're speaking about Senator Van Hollen, let's go see what the media is saying. This is a story from Fox News. So he shook the hand of Abrego Garcia, and El Salvador is saying he's going to remain in custody. So this is pretty wild. So he flew to El Salvador, and I'm going to show you. There they are, the two of them meeting together. I want to show you this video that Van Hollen put. Here it is. He said, "We were just denied entry into CCOT, the notorious prison in El Salvador, where he's being held." And this is crazy. You're going to love this. I'm going to share this video. It's not very long. And you got people who are passing by being allowed to go on to CCOT, and they're holding him several kilometers away. So he's several miles away from the prison. They wouldn't let him any closer than that, which to me is just absolutely hilarious. Here's the video.
I'm here with Chris Newman, who is the attorney for the wife and mother of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And we just tried to go visit him in prison just to check on his conditions. Is he doing okay? Because nobody has any communication with him since
he's in prison,
illegally abducted
in El Salvador,
and sent to CCOT prison in El Salvador, which is a U.S. District Court judge said was a violation of all his due process rights.
No.
Today's purpose was just to see what his health condition is, and these soldiers were ordered to prevent us from going any farther.
I love this shaking their head.
I understand we're about 3 kilometers now.
3 kilometers.
CCOT, and as you can see, they're letting other cars go by, but they stopped us because they're under orders not to allow us to proceed.
That to me is even more delicious.
Well-being of Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
So you got cars going by, and you see those troops, very serious, stern looks on there. No, he can't go any further. That's as far as he could get. The whole thing's an absolute joke. It's just incredible. So Senator Van Hollen, so serious, and what a judge has said. No, we all know, those of us in the real world know what the courts have said. We know that this guy is not coming home. We know he is from El Salvador. We know he's in the country illegally. Yada 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 to the rest of it. It's noise. It's just absolute nonsense. And the Democrats are doubling and tripling down on this. You got James Carville out there saying, no, we gotta continue to pursue this. Hillary Clinton's out there. We got to continue to pursue this. And the rest of us are like, what? I mean, where is that coming from? These people are just absolutely wild. This story, this is from the Daily Wire. And they didn't this is exclusive to the Daily Wire, an interview. They talked to Tulsi Gabbard. The files regarding the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy are now available to the public. And so Gabbard talking about it along with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Let's start with his comments. Kennedy is saying, now there's Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the people that were closest to Sirhan, the people that disarmed him, they said he never got near my father, he says. And he said he was curious and disturbed by what he had seen in the evidence. And he said, I was disturbed that the wrong person might have been convicted of killing my father. My father was the chief law enforcement officer in this country. I think it would have disturbed him if somebody was put in jail for a crime they didn't commit. Now, that's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Let's hear what Tulsi Gabbard is saying. She's saying, of course, there are a lot of different theories and questions surrounding these assassinations. And this is an exclusive. You'll find this story at dailywire.com. She said, people will find in the release today, there was no smoking gun, but there are a lot of things that have not been previously known that really call into question what really happened, who was behind it. That includes conversations that were happening in other countries and messages that were going around about the assassination itself. And she said, if you look, she went on, this memo, number of different countries, American embassies that received this cable. And she said of this, there are more questions than answers. So here you've got the government releasing this information, and people who are looking at it who are saying there are more questions than answers as a result of the release of the documents. Not what I'm saying. I haven't seen the documents. I haven't seen any of this stuff yet. But this is what Tulsi Gabbard is saying. Robert F. Kennedy is saying. I'll leave it up to you to go out. Have any of you looked at these documents just becoming available? I'll be curious to know if any of you, Steve, you're the first one that comes to mind, because I know you're a digger, man. You're out there, you're digging up all the information that you can. It'll be interesting to see. So maybe we'll learn more about that as over the weekend. This just cracks me up. People are upset with Wendy's because of they were ribbing Katy Perry over going to space, and now they're refusing to apologize. And this is upsetting some people. So I loved this. Katy Perry, they said, after she returned from space, can we send her back? People didn't like this. How dare you, respond to this. And they also followed up. They mocked her for kissing the ground. I kissed the ground and I liked it, based on her song. There are the photos. Katy Perry kissing the ground. Give me a break. And now seriously, again, I said, I thought it was cool. You got an all female flight, They're all passengers. The thing's run by computer. Would you go to space? I think that's kind of a divisive question as to whether or not we would go to space, right? Would you go to space on a ship that's all controlled by computer? There are no astronauts on board there in case, things go sour and we got to take control. I don't know. Anyway, there was backlash. Fans were calling out Wendy's for punching down. And they said, Wendy's had to say, we got a ton of respect for Katy Perry. But others are saying, Wendy's didn't make a joke. They made a choice. You know what? And you can make the same choice by not going to Wendy's on social media, not purchasing their products. I mean, you and I always had the choice. I thought what Wendy's did was funny. I mean, forgive me. I thought it was funny. There's no Wendy. I don't even have a Wendy's near my home. I'm not there that often. Some of their locations in Sioux Falls have closed down. But now I'm just like, man, I need to go to Wendy's. I need to drive out of my way to go to Wendy's because they're getting so much heat over that. That's just like, man, people who just complain about everything just make me laugh. Now I shared this story this morning on the air, but I wanted to show you the actual video. Rob Lowe, this is a Hollywood tour guide who mistakes him for John Stamos, I think. Yeah. Called out the name of John Stamos. So hold on here a second. There we go. I want to show you this video. Here's the Hollywood bus tour, and here's Rob Lowe and the way that it went down.
This is John Stamos.
You say what the F?
He looks like though.
Okay, guys, am I John Stamos? No. Who am I?
Rob Lowe.
You gotta get better
Well,
at your job.
it's usually about having fun, I don't expect to run into people so often.
I see.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
But but thank you for your cool energy, man.
Right.
Thank you for being cool.
Yeah, thank you for your cool energy, man. That is just the people on the tour bus know it's Rob Lowe. The guy driving the bus apparently was without a clue. And I just found that incredibly funny. Hey, I want to wish you and your family, of course, today is Good Friday, headed into the Easter weekend. I want to wish you and your family a very blessed Easter. I hope you have an incredible weekend. That is a wrap from the bunker today. If you made it to this point in the video, you are part of my gallery of champions. I really appreciate you. You take care. Hit that like button before you leave. I'll appreciate you even more. The checks are in the mail if you hit that like button before you leave. So have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again Monday. Until then, I'm underground and gone.